story of the Mount Ivor lineage is not just a tale of names and dates, it's a journey of survival, love, and connection to the land. It's a story carried in whispers of the wind and etched into the soil of Sandy Bay, Manitoba, where roots run deep and the past breathes through every leaf and stone. The origins of the MacIvors. The MacIvor story begins generations ago, when their bloodline was formed from two worlds, one steeped in the traditions of the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island, and the other reaching across oceans from the windswept coasts of Britain. The union of these worlds brought together cultures, experiences, and resilience, forging a family whose identity was as vast and enduring as the prairies themselves. The name MacIvor itself hints at Scottish roots, a connection to a Celtic past that carries its own legacy of strength and survival. But it was here, on the ancestral lands of the indigenous peoples, that the MacIvor name found its place in a story of reconciliation, belonging, and pride. Mary Myrtle and the heart of the land. Mary Myrtle MacIvor, a matriarch in the lineage, embodied the spirit of her people. She carried within her the wisdom of the elders, the traditions of the land, and the strength to nurture her family through challenges that most would crumble beneath her hands. Worked tirelessly, not just to provide but to preserve, to ensure that the knowledge and values of her ancestors would live on. Mary's connection to the land was profound. She taught her children that the earth was not a resource to be taken, but a relative to be respected. The forests, the rivers, the sky, they were all part of a sacred circle that connected the MacIvors to something greater than themselves. The wanderer from Britain, Tony the British ancestor, brought with him a different perspective, a spirit of exploration and resilience. While his journey began across the Atlantic, his story became one of integration and respect. Tony learned from the land, and from Mary he became part of the indigenous story, not by blood alone but by embracing the culture, the traditions, and the values of the people who welcomed him. His union with Mary wasn't just a marriage, it was a merging of worlds. Through their partnership, a new chapter in the MacIvor story was written, one where love bridged divides and created a legacy rooted in understanding and unity. The generations that followed, from Mary and Tony's lineage, came generations of MacIvors who carried their teachings forward. Among them was Sandra Donna MacIvor, a beacon of strength and love. Sandra embodied the tenacity of her ancestors, raising her family with the same values that Mary instilled. She taught that identity wasn't something written in stone, it was something lived and felt.